Okay, can I give you a little tip for getting your eye makeup to stay all day, to not crease, to really look its best? First, I want you to start with an eye cream, okay? Because the area around our eyes gets really, really dry, I really am loving this aqua line because it adds so much moisture. Sometimes when things are really dry, literally just a little drop, and I probably even got too much, but I just kind of dab it under there, okay? So we're gonna put it underneath. This is like a drink for your eyes, okay? I'm gonna put it all over my lids as well, because here's the deal is when your lids are dry, they look more crepey, and it just doesn't hold your eyeshadow as well as what it should. Okay, so then I'm gonna come in with eye primer. You wanna really, really moisturize because you want a really smooth, flawless surface, right? And then take your eye primer. This is amazing product if you have dark eyelids like I do. You just put it on here. This is gonna create a base for you, but it's also gonna ensure that it doesn't crease. And then if you have that crepey, kind of wrinkly, movie type eyelid, what you can do is put it on here and then it just looks flawless and smooth. You kind of blend out the edge if you want, but you're going to put foundation over it anyway. But do you see how much brighter that looks? If you have dark circles under the eye, just put the eye primer under there and literally it's like a dream, okay? Okay, you've put the moisturizer on, you've put the primer on, and I've went ahead and done my brows. If you do your brows, this is the point where you do them. If you need a tutorial, let me know. And then I'm gonna give you a couple more tips on just giving your face that lift that it needs with just eyeshadow, okay? So I'm gonna come in with this palette just because it kind of has the colors that I want. And I think I wanna show you this too. So it's super fun. Okay, so first off, you're gonna just take any kind of blending brush, all right? And then you can use the tape, a piece of paper, an old piece of mail, however fancy you want to get, okay? So I'm going to come in with this color taupe right here. Just put it on your brush. I just kind of give it a little tap. And then what you're going to want to do with your business card, tape, whatever you do, go as if this line right here is going to shoot straight up because it's going to give you that eye lift. And then just put this color right here, okay? So I like to start lighter and then build up so that it doesn't get too dark right at first because it's easier to add than to take away, okay? So you're gonna leave this space right here blank, but you're gonna wanna kind of fill in the rest, and that means up here and out here. So I'm gonna go over one more time with this outside just to kind of get that crisp edge, because then I can blend the rest, okay? So you're kind of almost, oh, I just poked myself in that. You're kind of blending up to that tip, but that's not where you've put the product, right? Because you've started with the product down here where you want it darker. And then look, okay? So this is gonna lift that eye up, and you'll see when my makeup is completely done, how incredible it looks. And then you're just gonna bring it up here to the front and almost kind of touch it. So anytime I'm touching my brush, I'm gonna start out here and then blend in, okay? So don't make it too difficult, but leave that space right there, okay? So we're gonna blend here and blend all the way out here. We're gonna soften that just a little bit. I don't have a lot of product on it. It was a clean brush to start with, so there's no other product on there, all right? So then just blend that until you're happy. Now remember, you can touch up here and out here, but leave that space in the middle blank, right? Okay, so if you're worried about your eyeshadow creasing, it's not, I promise you, because we've started with that primer, right? But these cream shadows, if you don't have a primer, are literally incredible because they won't allow it either, okay? And all you have to do is brush it on here, okay? So any brown, any light shimmer, they say that you shouldn't use shimmer for older eyes, hooded eyes. You know what? I'm going to do what I want. Same brush, I'm coming in here. But you guys, it doesn't even really need blended, okay? If you wanted a little bit more, you could. If you wanted to add a little black on the outside, you could. But do you see how this eye just looks more lifted than that eye? That's crazy. Let me do the other eye real quick. Okay, so we're keeping this super simple, right? I finished both eyes. That's just kind of what it looks like right now. Again, it's going to look a little more seamless once I put foundation and all the things. But as far as liner goes, we don't want to get it too heavy. We don't want to get it too dark. But sometimes we want that little bit of smoke, right? So take that color that you were using on just a liner brush and focus out here on the outside into where I put that cream shadow, okay? So this one's not super dark. This one's gonna give you a real smoky, real dark look. This one right here is just that really light taupe color that's buildable, but just kind of keeps it light instead of getting it super dark. Now, if you want to go for a real smoky under there, do a black liner on the bottom, all the things, but I'm going to show you what you can do with a white liner to make your eyes look a little bigger. Okay, so you can take which of the tips you want based on what you need, right? Okay, so this is just a white liner. If you put this on the bottom of your eyes because you're looking tired, if you have pretty bloodshot eyes, put this on the bottom, and do you see how much bigger and brighter that eye looks versus this one that looks just a little bit darker? This white just is a game changer, okay? And it's just a white liner. It can also be used for other fun things like ombre lips, all the things, but do you see how just bright that looks? Now you can add the dark to the bottom if that's what the event calls for, but right now we're gonna do white. This tip is going to be for those of you who don't really like to wear liner on the top because it makes your eyes look too heavy, or if you have hooded eyes, it takes up that amount of space. Take a black liner, preferably a waterproof, okay? And we're going to tight line right under here, right at the lashes, okay? I'm just going to go over it a couple times. I will tell you that this took some practice, but do you see how the lashes already look thicker and darker over here without taking away from any of the lid space? You guys, it's a game changer for sure. If you are a liner person, I have some tips for you for making that face look a little lifted. As we age, gravity kind of pulls it down, and well, that sucks. Okay, so I'm going to use this dip liner because it creates a super simple, easy wing. Okay, I'm going to start out here on the outside, right like that, a little line, and then I'm going to come down. Guys, this doesn't have to necessarily be perfect. Then I'm going to come in, fill in a little space, like so. I'm not an expert on liner, and this one is actually not super difficult. Okay, right like that. It's on my lashes, and I actually did not mess up. You can kind of see right there where I put on my lashes. I'll fix that. If you want an extra lift, really come in here because it just gives it that extra lift, okay, to where it really makes it look like this is coming down and that's going up. Do you see the difference? It's crazy, right? It's crazy. Okay, lashes, right? You curl them always. Don't sneeze when you do this, but there you go. And then you're gonna wanna focus on the outside, okay? If the outside looks longer, your eye is going to look more lifted, okay? I like this double lash extend because it can get really dramatic, and then I can really focus it out here on this outside and just kind of lightly do the inside. We wanna coat them, but maybe we don't want to focus all of our time there. We want to focus it on the outside so that this end looks really lifted and it will come up, okay? So really focus on the outside of the lashes. If you wear false lashes, really you could start them over. You can get the half type lashes that really extend that outer corner to make it look like it's getting that lift, okay? Okay, so just I make this done, do the eyes look more lifted than when we start? Let's see. Okay, so when I look at those pictures side by side, my eyes in the first picture look like they go down. In the second one, they look like they go up. Maybe that's the wing, maybe it's the eyeshadow, maybe it's all of the combination of all of it, but it definitely looks different to me. One last tip to give it a little extra lift, come in with a light neutral color. You can do matte or shimmer and poke it up here by your brow in that open space. And you see how it got brighter up there, so you're really focused up there, so it looks like you're lifted? Yeah, okay, so let's finish the rest of my face.